Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Off the Mark. This week is another update episode, a solo episode where I just talk about what's going on in my life, progress toward that dream I have to start that production company I mentioned all back in episode one. So, what's been happening? Um, we released a new episode last week. So I want to hit on the response to the podcast so far. It's been amazing. Thank you for everyone who's been tuning in. The support I've been getting has been great. I've been getting people reaching out to me asking to be on it. People telling me they're really enjoying it, and it's been really helpful to them. Thank you, everyone who's been supportive of the podcast. It's been really it's really good to hear. It's nice to know that this project I'm doing, trying to chase my dreams, is actually helping other people, not just myself. So thank you for all those who have said that they've enjoyed it and said that I'm doing a good job with it and pushing me to keep moving forward. I really appreciate y'all. We're gonna have another episode next week. That one's going to be with my friend Maddie Ice. I was hanging out with Maddie this past weekend. If you ever get the chance, go to Johnny Rad's. It is a great place. Really, everyone was super friendly there, and they have this beautiful art. It's run by this famous skateboarder named Mike McGill. So if you're a skateboarding enthusiast, definitely run through if you're ever in the San Diego area. They had a show there with a comedian named Joe Sib. Really funny show, really good time, really cool people all around. I told Maddie this the other night that if it was closer to LA, I'd be there every week. It's great pizza, great company. It's just an amazing spot. So go check that out. But that's where I was hanging out this past weekend. And yesterday was the Super Bowl. And Pats lost. Pats lost. Yeah, I'm not a huge football guy, but I'm definitely a fan of the Patriots, given that I'm from Boston. Sad to see. My uncle was cheering against them, and he got to win, and most of my friends in LA have been gloating about it. So thanks, friends. Fuck all of you. Enjoy your victory, because a rookie team made it to the Super Bowl. So just wait until they get a couple years under their belts, see what happens. But yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, that was the past weekend. Did a couple other interviews. So we got a couple more in the pipeline. My goal for the podcast is to up the upload schedule to twice a week. So I'd be making these solo episodes once a week and do an interview once a week. I'll do that soon, hopefully. I just need to figure out stuff with getting a job and working with some of my friends who have offered to help with editing that will help the workflow and make things faster. But right now, I'm just trying to definitely keep to my upload a week. Currently recording this the Monday before it comes out. Pushed it to the last minute, but I wanted to do that so that way everything that's in it is as relevant as possible. Kind of like, if you've heard the South Park guys always make their episodes within a week, so that way all the topics in it are timely. Wanted to make sure everything's timely, and I'm not, if I record last week and there's some huge updates over the weekend and I miss out on them. I don't want that. But yeah, no, the podcast has been really great. It's to see the support and people watching it. It's really motivating to keep going with it. I have a couple other interviews down the pipeline with some comics and an acting friend of mine, so be on the lookout for those when they release. But what else is happening besides that? When I was hanging out with Maddie, I was taking photos for the show he was putting on at Johnny Rad's. So I had a photography gig. Looking into getting some others. But I guess the big news is that I might have a job by tomorrow. After, when this was released, hopefully I'll already have the job. Been talking with a friend of a friend who needs to hire someone, and I'm really enthusiastic about the position. I won't divulge too much right now. Hopefully it'll be officialized, and I'll be starting this week. Supposed to start last week, but there were issues with hopefully my future boss's office. So I couldn't start then, but hopefully, really hoping to get this job. I know when I started this podcast, I was going full time with the whole content creation, photography, comedy thing. And what I've learned is that I need I need some stability right now. Financially, definitely, like the one of the big stressors over the past week was going through my numbers and finding out I only got a month worth of savings left. And that's stressful. I prepare for this. I have some retirement stuff and some stocks I can offload, and can always try to do some more Uber Eats and sell some stuff in order to keep my money supply going a bit longer. But not only that, I really want a job right now, just so way I can have some just some schedule, something to keep me on a what's the word, a routine. It's not like I've been doing nothing, since my layoff, but I started this podcast. I've been doing photo shoots. I've been running that open mic, the Panda Room, that I mentioned 2 episodes ago. But I've been pretty active, as I said, with 12-step stuff. But I can always be more productive and structure my time during the day a bit better. I've noticed that it's hard for me to get things done if I'm not in a social setting, or if there's a commitment I know that people are relying on me for. Like if I have a day where there's like a meeting with someone or a show, I can get myself to go to that. But I struggle with some mental health stuff, namely depression and night terrors. So getting up in the morning is a real challenge for me, and getting my day started is a real challenge for me, especially if I don't have some commitment like that. Getting a job, I think, would help with getting me up earlier and getting going throughout the day. But I'm going to keep to this upload schedule, trying to get more content onto my Instagram pages, on this YouTube channel. Just posted a short I made mourning the loss of the Super Bowl. Next Tuesday, I'm turning 30 years old. It's funny. I remember as a teenager, I thought and also throughout my 20s, I thought by the time I was 30, wouldn't have the energy anymore to live life crazily. That, and I didn't know if I would live to see 30. So what else is happening? So I'm working on trying to get some new equipment, get a full frame camera. So I'm also looking into getting a new microphone set up. Yeti right here has been a great asset to me, but I am trying to get something that is a bit more mobile. That way I can go to other locations if I want to record at somebody's house, or if they own a business, I can record there. So I'm interested in getting some lavalier mics, currently going through Reddit and ask an audiophile friend of mine and ask if that's a good idea for recording setup. That'll probably be the cheapest thing, because getting a Zoom recorder or some other portable recorder and some XLRs and doing it that way, but that's just a lot of money I can't spend right now. So hopefully in the future, this job's pretty well paying. Got my usual photos I've got to edit. I've been taking advantage of downtime at the Panda Room to edit photos, and I'm getting more of those edited. Slowly getting through the giant backlog of stuff I can get out. I had the idea of starting some new types of content. I got a friend, my best friend, both big into philosophy. So I was thinking about starting a philosophy podcast with him, in addition to Off the Mark. Give me an excuse to read all those books that I never finished or want to read. So that might be something. And I've always been toying with the idea of going back into digital marketing and content around that. Easier to monetize that than comedy stuff. I wanted to pitch it to you who are listening to this. Would those shows or content around philosophy or marketing be something you'd be interested in? Please let me know in the comments, DM me, message me. That would be really helpful. I think we'll end this here. It's already past midnight and I still need to edit it and get it uploaded. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week. 17th is the next episode release date. That's going to be with Matty Ice, like I said. And the day after, there should be my birthday episode. Eventually, I hope to start a Patreon, but I want to make sure that I'm making stuff for free for a little bit just to gain your guys' confidence. I just want to prove that, you giving your time to me, listening to the show and watching my videos. I want to make sure that I'm giving you good quality things, and that I value the confidence you put in me, and I want to make sure that, I build up that confidence before I ask you for money. I don't want to be a panhandler. I don't want to be a grifter. I don't want to be one of these YouTubers that tries to squeeze their audience like a wet rag for every dime they got. I want you to, I'm going to be making these things because I love them and I have been enjoying it, even though I'm not making money doing it yet. And if you're going to give me any money for it, I don't want to, be wholly reliant on, I don't want my creations to be wholly reliant on me trying to milk you. And that's part of why I want to get this job. I feel like more artists I think everyone should have some skills that are easy to monetize. So that way they don't feel bitter that they're not making a living with their art. I definitely don't want to be like that. But anyway, we're already at half-hour raw footage. Time to edit this down. See you next week. Hey, this is Mark after editing the video you just saw. So I had to take out a good chunk of it, including this long spiel about riding the roller coaster that is a career in the entertainment industry. But I had to edit it out because this stupid mic decided to stop working and kept dropping out. You might have noticed it throughout the episode. I tried to cover it up the best I could, but yeah, that's just on a cherry on top of a very long day. So I hope it was still good. Might have to buy that new mic I was mentioning sooner rather than later. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Sorry if there was any issues with it. If things didn't make sense or sounded weird. I tried to make it the best I could with what I got. I want to keep to this upload schedule, but I still got to export this. Y'all have a good night or day whenever you're watching this. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Off the Mark. Please follow me on all my socials on Instagram, TikTok. The handle for my TikTok is Marc Tyrrell Comedy, all one word, MarcTyrrell Comedy. And I have two Instagram accounts. One is my main, that's just Marc.Tyrrell, and the other one is my comedy account, which is same as my TikTok. Be sure to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. That stuff helps like you wouldn't believe. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.